We've got potatoes, carrots, and lots of spinach.
Oh, there is frozen peas in there.
Frozen peas,
yeah.
Do shopping and do. Imagine the Pope inheriting the ship he did. Whoa. Now, Kevin Arnett himself, that has brought all of this against him, it's his own court, I think, that he was able to...
Well, let's talk Kevin Arnett.
Kevin Arnett, yeah.
Yeah, he's in Port Alberni when I'm in Port Alberni.
Yes, so as much
I go to court for claiming to be Christ. He doesn't contact me.
No.
He's as guilty as the ones that's doing it. He's one of them.
Absolutely, because it could have all stopped then.
It could have stopped right then.
Yeah.
He had it at his fingertips.
Now, not only that, his secretary, sharing his comments at their site, and his secretary, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you know, and so through his secretary, he had all of the information. He was given our phone number to call us, all kinds of things to call him. He was going back almost 3 years ago now.
That's right.
The secretary was going, oh my God, oh my God. So he has no excuse.
So he set the Pope up with the Queen, who was guilty.
Yes. Yeah. It's all through that action that he's brought. The ones that are in the position now. Well, I mean, the Queen was she was in position with Philip, but the current Pope is the one that's taking the rap for all of history, it would seem, in Kevin Arnett's world.
Well, the checkmate is that Ratzinger is an Israelite. He's first genuine Israelite that's been on the throne, which is the Vicar of Christ. And what that means is, huge. What that means is,
Annette is cracking.
does he do what I would have done? If looking at his record, he's done exactly what I would have done.
Yes.
Right?
What we have seen.
And he was trying to do it in Pope John Paul II's reign, who inherited the job from the man he had murdered. Right? You go look into his history. What was he, 27 years in power? And he did not prosecute one cardinal or bishop for the child molestation.
Now, Ratzinger, I mean, Annette is accusing him of being a Nazi war criminal and all the rest of it. Now,
I hope he is.
As we know that because apparently he was a salesman for the gas that was used. Well,
that was Pope John Paul II.
That was Pope John but there was no gas anyway. I mean, that whole
they did sell gas.
Yeah, for the ovens to do the laundry.
For the laundry.
And the de-lighting.
Right.
That's all been exposed now to the light.
So the Pope has a record of how much gas he ordered for the 5 concentration camps. Because he's now dead. He got shot 942 days into his vicar as Christ, allowing the homosexuals and child molesters in the church to go rife. This German comes along, true Israelite, Simeon. Right? Simeon is what? Simon. Okay. His second name is Aloysius. That's my grandfather's name.
His first name's Joseph, your father's name.
That's right.
Joseph and Mary.
That's right. And Joseph is called out of Egypt, which is technically now transferred to Rome.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm calling Joseph out of Egypt. So we have a race on. We can only have one Catholic Church to say, yeah, you're Christ, because I'm going to get him out of his plot. We have the same information going to the Armenians, which is an older church, but Ratzinger's inherited the one that was formed in 312. His name is 312. Right?
And the Armenian church address is 1101.
That's right. So we've got a dead heat. either or both can be the end time witnesses. And are they prepared to go to Jerusalem and be beheaded? Because I'm condemning the Muslims. Iran's in the running seat. That's the true Muhammad message. They got the original letter, right? It's in the front of their Quran. So each bird leaves a message, if you like, that the other birds know where the food is by his flight path or excitement. They pick it all up and they read each other's language, right? So they follow each other to the food, one way or another. That's all they've got to think about, right? They don't have to have a PhD in that, for fuck's sake.
Fly around.
Food.
Fly around some more. Oh, I'm so pretty. Look at me.
Mobile phone number?
I don't know if he took his mobile phone with him.
Did you get a message to him?
Yeah, I sent him a. Let me go check my Facebook and see if he's got that, because he should already be in San Francisco.
Yeah, it's left. He should be boarding.
So we have two American end time witnesses that's coming for a marriage. There's a lovely Karen who is trolling for a husband.
When the time's right.
Yeah, she's in no hurry. Right, babe? Been there, done that.
So, Rattenzinger, whether he likes it or not, has got the job. Its job is to tell the truth. And he's done exactly what I would have done in his position, and they want him to take the rap for it. Responsible for the monsters, but his entire ministry was to get rid of these bastards.
Get rid of the filth.
Get rid of the filth. And he don't like Jews and he don't like Muslims. He's a bit like me.
No response yet. I don't think he's been back online, so
No.
I don't know.
But you have told him.
Yes.
But there's no response.
Yes.
No.
What time was his flight supposed to leave San Francisco?
10:35. They improved the time.
How did he get detained or something?
9. Let's see what time it is. Probably about 10:15.
Funny thing,
It's at 10 o'clock there.
one of the believers in Texas, Matthew, he is now questioning my judgment on what I'm doing. You're doing what? Right? So he's questioning my judgment, whether it's sort of ethical.
I saw that
What a
coming.
check,
I
mate.
saw that coming. I figured that might happen.
It's another Lisa's job, right? They could turn him into a hater overnight.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it, eh? Because Lisa had judged me, and I said, you be insolent one more time, you're out of here. So she come back, she's out of here. I always keep my word, right? It's like the old story, I'm going away, I'm going through the cross, I'll be back. Well, otherwise I wouldn't be going to the cross that easy, because I set it up. Right? I must know what I'm doing.
His flight leaves in 52 minutes, so they're getting ready to board.
Do you know his mobile number?
No.
Yeah. It must be in one of his communications.
Well, I never had a phone to be able to call him, so I never really bothered to have it.
Well, Scott's probably got it.
He did call and talk to Scott one time.
So there's your checkmate. You know he's got it. You don't have to go that route anymore and just take it as a win. It's a sort of intellectual, spiritual chess game here we're doing. Yeah, so we've got the Armenians. Wonderful, wonderful people. Paul Anka, one of my favourite singers. I did it my way. He wrote that.
I've got the laminated version.
Now, as I have supported the KKK and the Nazis, right, condemned the best Pope, Pope John Paul II, all the proof in the world, 666 and so forth, 942 when he was shot. They've got him buried or entombed in such a way that he can resurrect.
Yeah, they put him in there because they're expecting his soul to occupy the next dude.
That's right.
They've got him in 3 different coffins.
Yeah.
Bizarre. You know, that awful, that tree thing that looks like death. What was the explanation?
So I lob in a German.
What's that?
I lob in a German, an Israelite.
And
a Polish person, isn't it?
No. The Essenes went to Germany.
Yeah,
there's an Essene community there from the beginning.
Yeah.
So all of the confusion.
I was just saying to Ash before, when I went back and I was sitting on the synagogue steps, I had absolutely no idea I'd just come from somewhere else.
From the future.
Well, I was sitting on the steps, and behind me there's a bit of a corner.
And you weren't thinking, how did I get here?
No, I didn't have the slightest idea. I was actually just seconds ago in the schoolyard trying to kick the shit out of these 2 people for calling me a fucking Sadducee and a Pharisee. I was going to kick their guts in. Right? That's kind of kid I was. I was fucking terrible. Oh, no one crossed me. Go from your mother.
Your trainer.
Yeah. I've had more fights than Joe Louis, Muhammad Ali, Fraser combined, defending homosexuals. I was fucking tyrant. Never lost. One hit, bang, hit like lightning. I did that to Mick, you know. Then he proceeded to kick the shit out of me in his bullish way. And was cruel. And he said, I thought you were my father. I said, I am.
This is how you would treat your father?
This is how you would treat your father. So I shook his hand. See you later. And I was a mess of blood. Cigars here, cigars there, broken teeth, bruises down my sides. You know. I could have knocked him out in half a second. So my first punch at him was so fast and furious, he blinked and it was there, and it sort of ruffled his hair as it went past his chin. Left hand. Right? Lightning. The fucking angel did that. I wasn't going to do anything, right? And that started him, and he demonstrated that he's just signed his own death warrant by hating God. So I told him who I was. Not shit like that. Got to put up with it. So the whole family is such a wondrous intermarriage of genetic numbers and funny stories and incredible portrayals of what they think of me as this lunatic uncle who thinks he's God. Right? But every time they open their yap, they prove me. And they aren't smart enough to see it. This is my family, all backwards. Oh dear me. I was curing my sister of breast cancer, and then she miraculously is cured, right? And then she says it was the fucking doctor who done it. That's the guy who was going to cut her tits off. I said, I did it, you fuckwit. Then, when I was at her son's house, and he shut me up from talking to his daughter, a lovely kid. She's always been my favourite little sweetheart in the family. And, because she's all grown up, but he still dominates her. When I was she was asking me questions that was getting into what I'm actually doing and what I'm trying to achieve, because she's been following me, right? And because, fuckwit, he shuts her up. It's from that house I phoned my sister and she didn't want to see me anymore. Extraordinary. And we didn't get to go, right? Thank goodness. Complete abomination. So I've got to expose my family as what they are. And the worst abomination is Isla, my first wife. Total expert. A complete and utter heartless slut. Sacrifice her own children for the love of her father, who happens to be God on the side. So now I've got a cue in my neck. Easy. I was acting.
What, from this morning?
Of course I was.
Not what the
It was a good show, wasn't it?
Oh, this morning, yeah, but the X-rays come back and...
I was acting. It's all set up. Hit by a motorcycle on the fucking report.
Yeah. Where the hell did that come from? Is that what you told her? Run over by a motorcycle.
Of course not. I said the Mossad run up my ass in Melbourne when I picked the shoot up, because I put it on the YouTube before I went up there. And she's talking to me back and forwards. She said, how come you know all this stuff? I said, well, I've got the highest IQ on her. I suffer from it.
Yeah, so
I can't fucking help it.
Run over by a motorcycle, you know. Because I don't know. So obviously she wasn't listening to you because you were telling all this other stuff, and she's just going, oh. And when she comes out, it is great big smile. Brian? No, like little Indian.
I told her I was in Ceylon the day she was born.
Yes, I know. Goes out of her office. Brian? Her whole, demeanour just changes. Brian?
1966. In Sri Lanka. It was Colombo in those days. Huh? That's the camel tigers come from there and all that kind of stuff. All these birds showing up to listen. All right, the show's over. Go away. It's an Aussie, what do they call them? Aussie dork.
Strine.
Huh? What I was just talking then.
Strine.
Strine. I was talking strine.
You're talking strine. We actually studied it in English in fourth form. Strine. That's the tongue at the top of the... Actually, my mother told me how they do it. They've worked out it's because Australians don't use their top lip. They don't engage their top lip, so they get that...
Well, it's funny you should say that.
Like nasal sound and talk strine. Something like that.
When I first went to Canada, I was talking to this lady at a bit of a get-together. And she said, I've been listening to you speak. And she said, you roll your R's. No, she says, you don't roll your R's. Yes. I said, only when I walk. Should remember that. This is the same character that comes back as Christ, right?
You don't roll your R's. You don't roll your
What a story.
You don't roll your R's because your top lip doesn't engage.
You have to be standing still like that.
According to the elocutionist.
You have to be standing still like that, so you don't roll your R's.
Karen was rolling hers really well the other day. She just standing there going, yeah, the flexing.
Yeah, I can do cheek by cheek.
Yeah. Oh, you can.
Demonstration.
Oh, golly,
Turn around. Turn around so we get a back shot here.
The character roll her off. She's not an after roll.
That was something.
You can do your eyebrows, babe, so we could get a sync going. Can you roll anything? Have you got
No, I'd
yeah.
rather not. Probably.
He can even flex his boobs.
Yeah, I can make anyone go.
There we go.
Oh dear. The little birdie couldn't care less, huh? Give me the bird. So what's the final message to our German Holy See? Ratzinger.
That you've been praying up a storm, mate. Oh, Jesus, help me, help me. Well, he's about to. Open the prison gates. That's what it's all about.
That's right.
For the world.
Oh, he broke his wrist?
Broke his wrist?
He knocked out a Jew.
When? Huh? What are you talking about?
Ratzinger's got a broken wrist.
Has he? Oh.
The Jew was going to become a Muslim. I pushed him over the edge, right? All right, so we've got a... Well, tell the story of your communication with the fellow in the church in Armenia.
Well, as the world knows, just after Christmas time, I spent a couple of days faxing the 11 pages to the Armenian consulate in various nations. I think from memory I got through to 18 consulates. So I faxed the announcement that the Christ is here and chosen the Church of Armenia, or the Armenian nation, as the Church of Philadelphia, and inheriting the kingdom, of course. Who I couldn't get through was to the church in Echmiadzin, which is the mother church. That is where Gregory the Illuminator had a dream, and Jesus descended as a man and struck the ground with a hammer and told Gregory to build the mother church there, which he did. It was completed in it was completed in about 303, but that all happened in 301, and that's when the nation became entirely Christian. But I couldn't get through, and I tried many times over different days to get through to the church. Always it would be cut up, go nowhere. So I didn't try again until yesterday, when I thought, I'll give it one last shot. So instead of going through Outlook Express where they were sitting unsent, I did it all again from my personal email and got acknowledgement that it went through. So then I thought, well, I'll follow this up. So I just dialed the phone number and got through to a voice on the other end, who put me through to another voice, English speaking, cut off after about 30 seconds. So I called back, even though the Christ told me not to. Oh, fuck him, he says. So I disobeyed him and called back, and ended up speaking to the secretary for His Holiness, who is Father Sibian, I think the name is. I think what he was concerned about, because as he was listening to me, he was speaking quite good English. He asked me if I spoke Armenian, and I said, oh, I'm sorry, I don't. As I was trying to explain to him the content of the document I sent His Holiness, he asked me, is this about trouble with the church in Sydney, Australia? And I go, oh, no trouble. Oh, good news for the whole church, all of Armenia, the diaspora around the world, good news. So his spirit immediately elevated, and he, oh, good news. Oh, I will read the email then. He was kind of like hiding from, oh, I can't take any more bad news. So with that, I made him promise that he would acknowledge the email so that I would know, and he would take note of all of the contact numbers. He would read it through and make sure His Holiness got it. So I sent 2 more emails after that one, and he acknowledged getting the document that I sent in English, which also included in the body of the email the Shroud of Turin, and then your physog sitting there looking very shroudy with, in Hebrew, Yahweh all over it, and a link to other photographs. And then I followed it up with the Go Lightly Marshal, and then the Declaration of Notice of Claim and other things. So that's gone to His Holiness Vatican II. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
So we send this information via this video to Ratzinger.
Yes, to Joseph Aloysius.
111. 312. Revelation 312.
Yep.
2520 times 10. 70 Hebrew years. January 11th. 2013. And the Queen has abdicated.
Yes.
She did exactly what I told her to do, because I said to her I would take all her relatives, who are quite insane, and put them into a paradise of sorts for them, and educate them back to being a human being. Won't kill them. They're insane, right?
Yeah. Born of circumstance beyond their control. Can you imagine? Well, the prison.
Well, they're totally demonised. I mean, all these demons went at the pigs, didn't they? The pigs go to the sea, don't they? And then in the end time, everything is risen from the sea.
That's right.
So the pigs are back.
Yeah. And occupy the flesh.
That's right. And so they feed the world pork. They know exactly what they're doing. They're damn guilty, and there's no forgiveness. So we have the 2 holy sees announce let them communicate back and forward. And we have a ultimate checkmate. Arrest Obama. Man's insane. Started with 2 a little, half hour ago. Now there's 4. So they're starting to talk to each other. So. Next week will be 3,000. Like the bread van, a little bit of bread up the front of him, like. And the other species, they get onto what they're going. They listen to wing flaps and their chatter and excitement and direction. Speed. Like a bird won't waste energy, right? So if he's going flat out, he's getting there for a reason, like this fella, see? Very, very wise bird. They're from India. Look at this. So this fella, he follows them around, and this one follows that one around. They've been following the lorikeets all day. Some of the birds have to hop because their brain isn't split.
That could be the one mowing the lawn.
Well, that?
When we get there and it goes out.
Yeah, we have a little starter jungle going on.
Oh, well, before, a couple of weeks before we started stealing the water out of the lake, and with all of the hoses turning things green, it was dead, dry, dusty, dead, terrible.
So you ordered some rain, didn't you?
Yes, we did, didn't we, Karen?
Didn't I say to you, be careful what you ask for?
Oh, wow.
You should have said a little rain. You got flooded out. All right, so I think that's a checkmate.
Oh, speaking of which, I better go and check some numbers.
Lotto numbers. See, what we've done once again is get their attention. We put up the videos of the police are going to come arrest her and take her away for fingerprinting, right? Like over my dead fucking body. No, that ain't going to happen. Right? So we'll just warn them beforehand. You come out here, you're stepping on God territory. I'll fucking eat you. Let's hope they bring their guns, right? Start a shootout. Oh dear. At the same time, this video is including orders to Ratzinger that he is the first Israelite to sit on the bloody throne in the Catholic Church and take it back for God. Because he did exactly what I would have done. Huh? His second name's Aloysius.
That's all been exposed now to the light.
So the Pope has a record of how much gas he ordered for the 5 concentration camps. Because he's now dead. He got shot 942 days into his vicar as Christ, allowing the homosexuals and child molesters in the church to go rife. This German comes along, a true Israelite, Simeon. Right? Simeon is what? Simon. Okay. His second name is Aloysius. That's my grandfather's name.
His first name's Joseph, your father's name.
That's right.
Joseph and Mary.
That's right. And Joseph is called out of Egypt, which is technically now transferred to Rome.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm calling Joseph out of Egypt. So we have a race on. We can only have one.
Oh, there is frozen peas in there.
Frozen peas, yeah. Imagine the Pope inheriting the ship we did. Whoa. Now, Kevin Arnett himself that has brought all of this against him, it's his own court, I think, that he was able to...
Well, let's talk Kevin Arnett.
Kevin Arnett, yeah.
Yeah, he's in Port Alberni when I'm in Port Alberni.
Yes, so as much
I go to court for claiming to be Christ. He doesn't contact me.
No.
He's as guilty as the ones that's doing it. He's one of them.
Absolutely, because it could have all stopped then.
Could have stopped right then.
Yeah.
He had it at his fingertips.
Now, not only that, his secretary sharing his comments at their site, and his secretary, oh my God, you know, and so through his secretary he had all of the information. He was given our phone number to call us, all kinds of things. To call you, he was going back almost 3 years ago now.
That's right.
The secretary was going, oh my God. So he has no excuse.
So he set the Pope up with the Queen, who is guilty.
Yes. Yeah. It's all through that action that he's brought. The ones that are in the position now. Well, I mean, the Queen was in. She was in position with Philip, but the current Pope is the one that's taking the rap for all of history, it would seem, in Kevin Arnett's world.
Well, the checkmate is that Ratzinger is an Israelite.
Mm.
He's first genuine Israelite that's been on the throne, which is the Vicar of Christ. And what that means is, huge. What that means is,
Annette is cracking.
does he do what I would have done? If looking at his record, he's done exactly what I would have done.
Yes.
Right?
What we have seen.
And he was trying to do it in Pope John Paul II's reign, who inherited the job from the man he had murdered. Right? You go look into his history. What was he, 27 years in power? And he did not prosecute one cardinal or bishop for the child molestation.
Now, Ratzinger, Annette is accusing him of being a Nazi war criminal and all the rest of it. Now,
I hope he is.
As we know that because apparently he was a salesman for the gas that was used. Well,
that was Pope John Paul II.
That was Pope John but there was no gas anyway. I mean, that whole.
No, they didn't. They did sell gas.
Yeah, for the ovens to do the laundry.
For the laundry.
And the de-lighting.
Right.